Today, I'm joined by Nick Wilkinson, who is the Regional Vice President of Business Development for NCL. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
Oh, good afternoon. I'm very, very well. Great to see you as always. And of course, your listeners, your viewers.
Now, I want to get straight into the breaking headlines of the month, which is all about NCL leading the way in dropping the COVID-19 requirements. Can you tell us about that? And can you tell us what the impact of that has been?
Effective from the 3rd of September, we're simplifying the pre-cruise requirements for all our guests. So it means any of the guests traveling on majority of the world will no longer have to do a test before they travel if they're 12 years and above. And it also opens up the market for the unvaccinated travelers. They can join a Norwegian cruise and just have to have a test within 72 hours done by a medical administration. Our guests under 11 will now be exempt from all testing and vaccination requirements. So it's made it much simpler, much easier for the guests and brings us closer and if you like, in line with the rest of the travel industry, hospitality industry.
Yeah.
But health and safety remains top of our priority. And we make sure we're constantly looking at the health and safety with our Sail Safe program. I mean, of course, we always recommend all our guests to keep up to date with the vaccine protocols, the vaccination protocols.
And what's it like on board at the moment? Are people wearing masks? Is there restrictions anywhere? What's that like?
We continue looking at the health and safety protocols on board a ship. One of the first things is all our crew are fully vaccinated, tested on a regular basis. We still continue the protocols there from the continual ship-wide cleaning, disinfectant measures there. We've upgraded the medical facilities there for the guests on board. We've enhanced, the medical facilities. We have dedicated public health officer. But
Mhm.
when it comes down to mask wearing, this is down to customer choice. Unless it is mandatory in the country we're going to, which is becoming less and less,
Mhm.
we give it down to customer choice, unless it's a high volume area where we do then ask all guests to wear masks.
Now, the next bit of exciting news, you are launching a new ship this month. Can you tell us all about that, please?
This In the next week, we will launch Norwegian Prima, the first of our Prima class ships and one of 6 ships between now and 2027. She is different.
Yeah.
Many cruise lines are talking about the larger, bigger ships. Norwegian Prima, similar size to our breakaway, getaway class ships, but only carrying 3,300 guests. So she makes her the most spacious contemporary cruise ship in the marketplace. The most outdoor space of any contemporary ship, the highest staffing levels for a new cruise ship, and listening to our guests, the largest staterooms ever for an NCL ship. Many firsts.
Many
The
fair.
first Indulge food hall, a new upscale open air food market with 11 eateries, the fastest slide. I'm looking forward to seeing you on here in the coming weeks. The
A
drop,
little scared.
10 stories, dry slide, reaching the highest G forces of any cruise ship slide. And of course, I know you'll enjoy this, the 3-story racetrack over 420 meters of racing the go-karts on board the ship.
I think seeing will be believing. It sounds absolutely amazing. I can't wait. Now, tell me about this food hall, because food halls are very popular in tourist destinations like Lisbon and Dubai. What's the food hall going to be like on board?
You know, Whenever I go out for a meal with my children, we always have an argument. And it's, guys, what do they want to eat? My son, he always wants Indian. My daughter, she always wants seafood. And the Indulge Food Hall really addresses that. It's the first NCL upscale open air marketplace with 11 eateries. It could have everything in there from the Tamar, the Indian, the Latin Quarter, the garden cafe for the garden kitchen for the customized salads. So it
Mhm,
really gives the guests the choice where who's in a group, a family,
mhm.
and then they can have what they want from which menu they want within the Indulge Food Hall itself.
Fabulous. I'm looking forward to trying it. Can you tell me about the room categories? What's on offer for guests?
As with all our ships, we have a selection from an inside, our ocean view, and our haven suites. But I must, of course, not mention balconies. Now, balconies are the most popular grade on all our ships, particularly with our guests across UAE from Saudi GCC. They want the balcony cabins. They want to wake up in the morning and be able to open those doors and see the port arriving there on their balcony. But of course, other area that's very popular right across the GCC is our haven suites. Our haven suites were a new style of complex, going right down the back of the ship, the stern of the ship. And it doesn't matter what public area in the haven, you'll always be able to connect and see the sea. The haven suites have got incredible, 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, 3-bedroom, their own infinity pool, their own private restaurants. But what we want to give our guests is real freedom and flexibility. And that goes across from the choice of dining, the choice of entertainment, the choice of accommodation.
And we're talking about entertainment. This is probably a good time to mention who the godmother of this ship is. Megastar Katy Perry. I love this collaboration. Tell me, what does NCL and Katy Perry have in common, and what's the key message behind this collaboration?
Throughout Katy's, career, she's always been a groundbreaker and one-of-a-kind type of artist, and she's worldwide. She has a worldwide appeal. Katy is going to be an amazing godmother for the Prima. She's an excellent fit with her track record about reinventing herself as an artist and her music. And if you like, that really connects with Norwegian Prima. We're breaking so many new firsts in the marketplace that we're coming across to her.
And in selling the cruises, what support and incentives can the travel trade expect?
This is very individual. And I'd urge every travel partner out there, contact me. Let's build a package. Let's build a program, work together of how we can entice your customers to book early, to book on the Prima. And the Prima is a very important ship for the UAE GCC market. We know how popular London is. Norwegian Prima will sail out of Southampton, London next year, doing a great itinerary into the fjords, into Iceland, around Iceland, into Reykjavik, or doing it reverse. So they finish in the UK and London before coming back to the UAE. So this, to me, I think is quite important and really opens the door to enhance and develop their cruise sales. So instead of saying we've just got X, Y, or Z, let's make something tailor-made for that individual agent. So I urge your agents, reach out, contact me, email me, ring me. I'd gladly call you, sit down with you, and work out a program that works for you.
Fabulous. We'll include the contact details in this article, and we'll share that with everyone. And I think that's the best way. You've got some amazing bucket list destinations for GCC travelers. So there is a lot of commission to be made for agents in this cruise. So I wish you all the best with the launch. I will see you there.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. We look forward to welcoming you and all our agents on board, and in the coming weeks, your guests to experience Norwegian Prima, Norwegian Viva, and more ships to come.
Best of luck with it all. Thank you, Nick.